With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Are you missing the sounds that matter most? What if you could hear every word, every laugh, and every moment crystal clear without spending thousands on expensive hearing aids? Introducing Audient Atom, the world's most affordable FDA-approved hearing aid. With the revolutionary A2 chip, you get premium sound, zero background noise, and a 24-hour rechargeable battery. They even have Bluetooth connectivity to connect to your cell phone or TV. Unlike those traditional bulky $5,000 prescription hearing aids, the Audient Atom is 90% smaller, 20 times cheaper, and works instantly. No visits to the audiologist needed. Audient Atom has over 500,000 happy customers who have trusted Audient Atom to restore their hearing. Our 100% money-back guarantee means zero risk to try. Don't like them? Simply return them and get your money back. They also come with a lifetime warranty. For the next 72 hours, the Audient Atom is 53% off. Go to tryhearingaid.com right now to order your pair for only $99. Again, go to tryhearingaid.com to order your pair for only $99. Order now before it's too late, as these hearing aids have sold out over 10 times this year. With Audient Atom, you can hear life again.
Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me. Funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore!
A pleasure to join me right now on the show talking about the brand new film Eden, which is in theaters tomorrow, is the acclaimed director himself, Mr. Ron Howard. Ron, congratulations on the film and your recent Emmy nomination.
Oh, why? Thank you for both. One was just a tremendous surprise and accident, and that's being on the studio. What a blast I had on that, and what a great series. And I love working with everybody on it. So that's a thrill. And Eden is this true crime thriller. I've never done that genre. I've done a lot of movies based on real events, and a lot of them are very suspenseful, but they're not as dangerous, they're not as tough, they're not as edgy, and they're not as much of a cautionary tale as this one. But the acting opportunities were so great that and the ideas behind the movie were so relatable to modern society and moviegoers. I felt that it was just a story I couldn't get out of my head. I've been working on it off and on for 15 years.
Yeah. I know that this has been kind of a project that you've been eyeing for a long time, and I got to see the film last night, and I loved it. Phenomenal film, really great. And what I loved most about it, I heard you describe this cast of characters as the perfect microcosm of society. And I completely understand that after seeing the film and the performances from everybody individually, they kind of take on roles that I haven't seen them in before, especially Anna de Armas as the Baroness is so vibrant on screen. I think it's maybe her best performance.
Well, she's an incredibly talented person, and you know they all are. But she's Cuban. English is not even her first language. And look, she plays Marilyn Monroe and knocks it out of the park. And now she's the Baroness. I mean, come on. She's very, very creatively brave. But I loved working with all of them. Vanessa Kirby brought so much. Jude Law is an amazing talent. Daniel Bruhl is an old friend I've worked with on Rush, of course, and he's done so many great things. And Sydney Sweeney, who came late to the project, was a real revelation to me. I was excited to have her join us. I knew she could do it. She had a great approach to the character, but she went so deep and was so fierce and worked so hard. This woman's work ethic is right there with anybody I've ever seen on a set.
Well, and her portrayal of Miss Whitmer, I believe is her name, is so good, especially the final scene where she's being interrogated. Just a force.
Yeah.
Force.
A lot of people, that's one of their favorite scenes. This is one of these movies that, because it is based on reality, it doesn't follow the normal structure of like a mystery thriller that you would see on television and would fold out in a certain way with the twists and turns. It's a little more jagged than that because it is based on real events, but it's a movie that it has just a bunch of highlight scenes where different actors get to shine in a different way. There are twists and turns. And again, for me, it was quite different as a storytelling journey, but I'm really proud of what the actors did. And, and the way audiences are responding to some of these scenes, some of these wild turns.
Well, man, there was a scene early on with Jude Law's character where he portrays Dr. Ritter, and it's early on. He's explaining how there's no water there, and he's having to funnel it through these creeks, and he's taking a shower, and he says failure is inevitable.
Right.
And then he goes on to say war is inevitable. It goes democracy, fascism, war is inevitable. He almost had a very morose way of looking at life when he was still trying to find this perfect balance and harmony. An interesting dichotomy of that character.
Well, yeah, and I think that paradox is sort of what he discovers about himself in a way. Everybody goes on this gauntlet. It's this journey, when it's a pressure test kind of a movie. And one of the most searched phrases on the internet is off the grid right now, because we're all a little fascinated. We all just wonder if there's got to be a better place, an easier place where I can be myself. But the thing is, we drag society with us, and we have to face who we are and the community that we live in. We can't just, I don't think running away from it serves people very well. And this is a case study where people tried to do it for a wide variety of reasons. But look, Ritter is driven a lot by ego. The same with the Barons. They want to be stars, really.
Yeah.
In this day and age, they would be influencers or something. They'd be doing stunts to try to get people's attention and grab eyeballs. It was a different era, and they took an extreme path. And with a very intense outcome.
Well, obviously, you've done stories based on things that have actually happened before. One of my favorite films of yours is Frost Nixon. I watch that at least once a year regularly. Frank Langella is so good in that movie as the president. But what are the kind of the pressures of adapting a real story? Now, I know this one is more of the stories of the accounts of the survivors, and there's dueling books out there and a lot of different narratives. Weaving through that and trying to be true to the essence of the story, but also taking creative liberties when needed. How do you balance that?
Well, this was a case of us piecing it together, built around the facts, right? So yes, there's an element of historical fiction, but what Noah Pink, the screenwriter, and I really tried to do is put the options on the table. They're pretty limited. There are only a handful of ways this could have gone down.
Right.
And we picked one that we thought was pretty juicy and exciting and surprising to watch, but wasn't outrageous. it was inspired by accusations, things people wrote later, letters that they sent to try to, make these various accusations and things. So it was really fun to pull it together. Yet the cast and the crew, we really did our best to try to recreate that world and that environment and the spirit of those characters as we understood them. That's one of the reasons why we show a lot of photos and some movies and things like that were made at the time of the real people, just so the audience understands. No, this is one of those stranger than fiction stories, but it ain't fiction.
Yeah, very stranger than fiction, especially the Miss Whitmer staying there until the year 2000 and living on that island is fascinating.
It's just, it's one of those stories. Yeah, look, it is kind of like a season of a reality show. I mean, Survivor,
it is.
I know a couple of people who are on Survivor, and they, well, this is like that show, except people really died.
Yeah.
So it really was this sort of perfect laboratory case study. But who survives, who doesn't, why, what motivates them? How do they change along the way? That's what gave these actors, so much interesting material to work with. And I think I think it was the story and the screenplay that compelled them to do it. And by the way, we all did it as a labor of love. This was not a Hollywood movie with Hollywood paychecks. This was an indies all the way. And we all pulled together and made the dark, twisted little movie that we thought it could be.
Well, and you're right when you say it doesn't follow the formula of what you think of a traditional mystery thriller with the suspense. It's not an Agatha Christie story. It's not a whodunit. It's more of a why done it.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. And I love the way the story plays out. Now, you've also worked in period pieces before. This one's set in the late 1920s. What are the challenges and conveniences of working in that time period? Obviously, you don't have to worry about the tech world and implementing phones and things of that nature.
That's the best thing, is people really can be trapped. I mean, there was no electricity. There was no phone service. They had a phonograph. It was hand cranked. Eventually a yachtsman, very wealthy, the equivalent of a billionaire today, one of the wealthiest of the wealthy, came through with an expedition and filmed them. And you could see this, even more than what we showed on the end of our film. There's more that you can find online, and it's all fascinating.
And there's a documentary, I believe, as well.
Yes, and a really good documentary. But I mean, those cameras were hand cranked, and they're in 1932, which is sort of the climax of the story. It was a raw time. I mean, they put themselves through, a lot to try to be free, to try to find this other version of themselves. And by the way, I got a lot of sympathy for all the characters. Some of them make some pretty diabolical choices and decisions, but they're also feeling very desperate and starving when those kinds of things happen. I understand the excitement for the dreams that they all held, different dreams, but their dreams. And, and we all need to dream. We need to believe it's possible. And they chased it. They chased it, some of them right to the end.
Well, the film is phenomenal. I really enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed the conversation. Congratulations again, and a pleasure to speak to you, sir.
I'm glad you liked the film. Appreciate it. Nice talking to you.
Have a good one.
You don't need to be ripped. You just need the right shirt. Epic Fits gives you a clean, confident silhouette, snug on the arms, soft on the skin, generous where it counts. And with deals like $15 per tee, they won't break the bank. Visit epicfits.com today. Epic Fits. T-shirts that get it.